The problem is that most men who are in the program now don't have any standards and don't have any values. This is going to sound harsh. I don't think principles apply to average or normal people. It says, simply I've been working on the values, principles, and standards modules in which I wrote out a bunch of values that I believe are mine and I resonate with. My questions are, is there such a thing as too many values? I've written out like 15 to 20. How do you know what values are truly yours? How did you go about stress testing them? I've used the questions given in the module in addition to thinking back on situations where I've experienced strong emotions to determine which values are stronger/truly mine. Standards are made of values and principles come from strong values. Once I find my true values, how do you find principles that are truly yours, like standards I should come up with, or research a list to find what connects with my values and resonates with me? I will say this, it's okay if you have a lot of values, because while you're doing the exercise from that particular module, it is prompting you to pull out all your values. And you may find that some of the things that you value are what you would consider to be positive, good things. And some of those things that you value are things that you no longer think are good things. You're like, man, I just value things that I'm not really proud of. That's okay. Said, how do you know which values are truly yours, and how do you go about stress testing them? You don't have to engineer situations in your life to stress test your values. You just have to live your life as a rebooter. By living your life as a rebooter, it means that you're going to be pushing yourself in life. You're going to be actively improving your life. The more you are actively improving your life and living as a rebooter, the more opportunities you're going to have to stress test your values. Basically, live your life and stick to the process of rebooting. And as you are doing that, opportunities will naturally come up for you to check in on your values. That is it. As long as you have some sort of process, and this is why it's important to have the morning routine, time put aside to reflect, you're always going to have an opportunity to look at your day, look at your week, and ask yourself, okay, well, what did I live by today? What did I live by this week? Did I live by a particular value or not? And finally, don't try to be perfect. It's still progress over perfection. I still have my wristband right here. What does that mean? It means that it might be many years into your life before you work through some other values. The problem is that most men who are in the program now don't have any standards and don't have any values. You just think you have values and you think you have standards. Once I find my true values, how do you find principles that are truly yours, like standards that I should come up with, or to research and find out what connects with my values and principles and resonates with me? Principles, you're going to find them out by through the mentors that you work with and through the books that you read. That's how I've discovered a lot of principles. This is going to sound harsh. I don't think principles apply to average or normal people. I think people who are not seeking out mentorship, who are not seeking out people to teach them new things. So people who, they graduate from college, they get a job or whatever, and they never read a book again. They never try to improve their life. They're constantly skeptical of anybody who's trying to teach them. And they get their information from TikTok, from Instagram. They're never learning or studying, will never come in contact with principles. And thus they're going to be at effect to whatever is happening in the world. So to become a person of principle, you have to become a person who is constantly seeking knowledge and who is constantly trying to get into a group of people or be around people who are better than you. Not only will you hear these people say things about principles, but between the books that you read, the things you educate yourself on, and the people you meet, you're going to start noticing consistency in certain things people do. You're like, wow, there are these two guys or there's two girls who I really, they're aspirational figures. And when I look at the way that they are behaving, I notice that there are certain things they have in common. You might notice something like they take action very fast. Like they operate on a principle of speed to execution. And you're like, wow, I noticed that when they get an idea and they have clarity on that idea, they don't procrastinate and they move really, really quickly. Now it's been validated from not only something you've read, but from seeing two people that you aspire to be like implement speed in their life. You may not even know those people personally. They may be mentors of yours from afar, but you hear them say or do the same thing. And this is one of the ways that those principles are discovered.